What's up everyone, Nick and Dan checking in for another episode of Streetcar Shenanigans Shop Vlog. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you own a Focus ST and that's what brought you here, make sure you give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button down below. But in today's episode, we are modifying my winter daily. We're taking some parts off and putting some parts on, so enjoy. So what are we doing to the ST today? I'm gonna open these boxes for you guys in just a second and I'll show you what they are. Nope. That's a big one, you can guess what that is. We have a defouler, which gives away what that is. And we have a Turbosmart 50/50 blow-off valve. Well, today we are putting a catless downpipe on the Focus. We're putting a Turbosmart 50/50 blow-off valve. I driven, if you saw Trish's ST when we did the clutch replacement on it, I drove that and I don't know what blow-off valve was on it, but it was no offense, but it's extremely obnoxious. I have a feeling this will be too, but I wanted the 50/50 to try to cut that down at least a little bit. And then the defouler just to avoid any check engine lights. And then we'll likely be putting the AP on it with like a stage 1 tune, because I think they map it to have a catless downpipe on. So Dan's already getting to work. He's already thrashing on it. He's got a cross support out. He's got the lower thing coming down. What started all this, of course, was it needed an oil change. So I figured, well, since it's going to be on the rack to do an oil change, we're already going to be there. We might as well buy a bunch of parts for it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, that's our motto, yeah. While you're in there. While you're doing an oil change, you should probably rip it apart, put some shit on it. So before we show you guys what we're doing to it and the progress on the actual construction of it, here is a clip of some drive-bys and us thrashing it in the snow shortly before pulling it in onto the lift. Well, that's how she sounds in her current state as of now. We'll give you a couple little drive-bys and see how she goes. Disregard the dirtiness. It is winter time in Chicago, so you know, salt on the road and all that good fun. There we go. Much better. Pretty good with the cold air. Shows how bad this Christy and intercooler. Well, it's great in 2-degree weather. Yeah. So I was just telling them. It's like single digits, but with wind chill, it's fucking cold. My previous practice. Oh! Alright, so in the, how long have we been working on cars, Dan? 12 years. 12? Yeah. Yeah, how old are you? Oh, so probably 14 years. 14 years? 14, 15 years. Yeah, I'm probably about the same. 10, 27, 17 years. How long do we remember working on cars? Minus like 3 or 4. Any car that was driven in the wintertime that we need to work on is terrible. So as you can tell, the Focus is trashed. It is just disgustingly dirty. I didn't get a chance to go wash it. And what's the temperature today?
Single digits. So it's 1 degree right now.
1 degree. Anyway, so you can see where the blow-off valve is. Try not to get water on the camera that's coming off the car. So I'm working on that. I'm gonna start getting that out. That's pretty simple. It should be a quick, easy project. I'm gonna pull that out, put the new one in. Dan's got the downpipe like 80% ready to come out. This thing's just so cute. Look at this little guy. I have it like set in the middle. It's adjustable to what extent. I don't really know how much that's gonna help anything. I think it's kind of a hoax because you're not really gonna adjust it, but anyway. So that's going on. They give you the hardware, give you a 90-degree fitting that we're not gonna use. We'll make sure that that one's tight. And yeah, throw her in. The blow-off valve is hard work, man. Super tough. 3 bolts, gets the diaphragm out. This whole thing has to cost like 15 cents to make. It's actually kind of amazing, really. And then we already got the new one sitting in there. So all we gotta do is bolt it down, and that part of the project is over. Super easy, could do it on a jack, no problem, in your garage. Preferably not when it's covered in snow and salt. It'll make your experience much more enjoyable. So on to the downpipe. All right, so after much fighting with getting the O2 sensors out of the stock downpipe, we finally have it out. I'll give you guys a quick comparison. This is an MBRP stainless. It's more like a wideband style. And this is just to make sure that the cat works. Oh, we're an idiot.
It's alright.
Well, anyway, this one's coming back out because the defouler's going in there. So that's gonna go in there. But anyway, show you guys a comparison. We're gonna get ready to throw this back up in there. So we're gonna put the vibrant defouler on it, take this O2 sensor that we just put on, back off, get that on there, and we'll be good to go. MBRP catless downpipe. The defouler is perfect where we put it. O2 sensor goes right back into the factory mounting locations. And we just gotta plug those in. V-band's tight. They give you through bolts for the exhaust bracket here. I mean, overall it went really well.
Hardest part was getting the O2s out of the stock.
Yeah, and getting the downpipe out was kind of difficult, but getting the O2s out was the most time consuming for sure. So it fits good. It's lighter. That was the main reason we did this. Saved 7 pounds. You know you're hanging out with Matt Lindsay far too often, who I watched use a Rapella fish hook to weigh like a fish, to weigh the sheet metal that he cut out of the front of a car. It took 7 minutes for us to like figure out how to weigh it all, and the grand total savings was like 5.3 pounds.
Every little bit counts when you're going fast.
So now every time we do something, it's all about the weight. Now the notch is gonna get cut apart because it's all about the weight. It's a damn shame. Anyway, so we have the ST together. We're gonna put the oil in it. We're gonna plug the O2 sensors back on, and then we'll bring you guys some after footage. We're actually gonna record that tomorrow during the day after I give the car a car wash. And we'll show you guys the idle, startup, drive-by, bypass valve. We're just gonna kind of get it down, clean it up, get it finished up. And we gotta clean the shop. I mean, it's a freaking mess in here. So stay tuned for the final footage of this video where you can see all of our work paid off.
And she is done and on the ground.
So here's the first startup for the install. You can already hear some more little turbo noises. A little bit louder. Yeah, definitely. Alright guys, I am going to take the ST. We're running to the parts store, and we finished the exhaust and bypass valve or blow-off valve a couple days ago. I just want to give you guys my final take on it and what it sounds like. So I think it sounds awesome now that I've had it for a while. I definitely think that it freed up some horsepower and mid-range torque. You could feel it and see your pants. Maybe it's just the sound getting to me, but it's definitely worth it. One thing I do want to note on the MBRP downpipe was that we ran into a problem with the hangers that go into the rubber mounts, right along with the cross bracing that goes just behind like the front subframe. Those hangers were actually rubbing on that cross brace. So it's causing like a squeaking and a rattling under loading and unloading. So we had to put it back up in the air and just cut like a ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch off of them to just see extra that was there. And then that problem was resolved. So it wasn't a huge deal, a little bit of a pain in the butt, but something to keep in mind. So anyway, we're gonna hop in the car. I'll show you guys what it sounds like in the car with like the windows cracked, and then I'm gonna grab Ben. We'll do a couple drive-bys, and we're gonna get to work on today's video, which is putting the 351 together for the Lightning and building the motor for the 4-cylinder Ranger that you guys will see coming up in the next couple days here. So we'll see you guys shortly. So I'm not sure how much you guys will be able to hear the change of the exhaust note. I have the windows cracked, but probably only hear wind. Definitely hear the blow-off valve, I'm sure. But I mean, it is notably louder. I mean, when you're cruising, it does make a huge difference. At idle, you can hear it gurgle a little bit more, but it definitely sounds like it's breathing a lot better when you're up top. The MagnaFlow exhaust kind of, like you can almost hear the restriction in the exhaust, like above 5,000 RPM, and now that's kind of gone. But I'm happy with it. I don't think we're gonna get you much information on, or much data on what it sounds like from inside the car. You know, maybe when it's nice outside, you guys will see more on this car, and we'll bring up some old videos. But the blow-off valve is definitely on point. It's not too loud. Sounds good. And I'm happy with that as well. So I'm happy with both modifications. I think they were worth a few bucks. They weren't very expensive, and they're pretty significant in changing the overall feel of the car. We'll get you guys some drive-by videos, and we'll end the clip there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and other ones on the channel, make sure you check them out and smash the subscribe button down below. We are gearing up to have a huge year. We have a big announcement to make, which we're not going to make until a couple videos from now, maybe in like, I don't know, end of February. We're going to share with some big news and a couple more projects that are coming up for us that are going to be big for you guys to see. So thank you guys once again so much for watching. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or on all that stuff. We haven't really shared that with you guys before, but go like and stay in tune with all of our projects. You're a little bit more up to date on our social media than we are on YouTube, although we're trying to change that as effectively as possible. So we'll see you guys in the next video.